Welcome to Beyond the Page, the official podcast of Choice, the magazine of professional coaching, where we bring you amazing insights and in-depth features you just won't find anywhere else. I'm your host, Gary Schleifer, and as you can tell, I'm excited to expand your learning as we dive into this latest article, have a chat with this brilliant author and behind it, and uncover the learnings that are transforming the coaching world. When you have a chance, join our vibrant community of coaching professionals as we explore groundbreaking ideas, share expert tips and techniques, and make a real difference in our clients' lives. This is your go-to resource for all things coaching. But in the meantime, let's dive in. In today's episode, I'm speaking with executive coach Jenn Chloupek, who is the author of an article in our latest issue, The Power of Choice. Her article is entitled A Framework for Choice, Coaching Through the ABCs of Empowering Conversations. I'm looking forward to that. A little bit about Jenn. She holds an MED, and she's also recently a PCC, a professional certified coach, as she told me. Welcome to the club, by the way, as I am too. She's
Thank
an
you.
executive coach, educator, and author, and founder of Chloupek Consulting Services and the ABC Coaching and Leadership Academy, of course, following the model. She empowers leaders and coaches through her proprietary ABC methodology. And for those of you who haven't read the article yet, it stands for awareness, behaviors, and connections. More coming. Hold on. And it blends neuroscience, emotional intelligence, and practical tools for transformation. Jenn partners with global organizations, including Toyota Tsusho, I hope I got that right, Dakin, Stanley Black& Decker, AEG, OC Vibe, and federal agencies to cultivate high-impact leaders and coaching cultures. Known for her insight, authenticity, and transformational approach, Jenn helps individuals and teams unlock potential, lead with purpose, and create lasting impact. I think we try to do the same thing. Thanks so much for joining me today, Jenn.
Thank you so much, Gary. That's probably why we're like kindred spirits. Whenever
Right?
we get together, it was fun just riffing in the green room with you before all of this. So thanks for
Yeah.
having me on today.
Yeah, we met 100 years ago,
100
as
years
they say in the
ago.
coaching world, at a Sherpa event in Cincinnati. So it's been a while. Good to see you again, and thank you for writing for Choice.
Well, thank you. As always, it's wonderful and a pleasure to see you too. It's fun to see this come full circle. I wrote for Choice 100 years ago,
Yeah, exactly.
and I was schooled in a different coaching methodology. So coming full circle and now getting accredited through the ICF Coaching Federation, I had a lot of unlearning to do, Gary. A lot of unlearning.
I'm sure you caught on really well. Well, and what inspired you to write it for us again at this time?
Well, I saw the call for, well, first I subscribed to your magazine because I think it's the only magazine in the industry
It
that
is.
really is for coaches and being a lifelong learner and an educator. I rejoined. I had joined for a while and then let my subscription lapse and realized, hey, this was really good, getting these nuggets every month. And then what I love about you is you partner with subscribers and there's a call for action. If you want to write for the magazine, you open that up to anyone and everyone who would like to be featured if they have I guess an article that's deemed worthy in the series of what you are doing. And I like how it's based on series too, like
Yeah.
trust and joy and now choice.
Yes. And coming soon, chaos, which we all know all about
Chaos.
that. Well, thank you very much for coming back to Choice and the reminder to our viewers and listeners that we are always looking for writers. You will stand a high chance of being published if you write to the theme of the particular issue. Go to choice-online.com/, I think it's right-for-us, and away you go. But enough about that. You can find out that later. Tell us more about what you do. What's this ABC? Come on, dig
All
deep.
right. I'm going to dig deep with you and go there for a minute. It's not rocket science. It was really something that came out of I do a lot of quiet time and meditation. And I was sitting in my chair, my lazy boy chair, if you will,
Mhm.
and drinking a cup of coffee. And I thought, hey, I really want a framework that would help coaches and help myself and help the company that I was just beginning. And I really literally sat there. I didn't hear an audible voice. It wasn't woo wooey like that, but I did hear a little silent voice that said, "Hey, Jen, you're a former elementary school teacher. You're an educator. Keep it simple with your clients, ABC." And I thought,
Oh,
oh my goodness. And this was before ChatGPT and all the things. So this really was an authentic framework. And then I thought, hey, A is really where it starts, and that is awareness. When I'm partnering with clients or when I'm leading workshops, it's the opportunity to hit the pause button to gain that awareness. And what I mean by that is who are we? What is our identity? What is our purpose? What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? I've written another book called How to ID Your Internal Driver. And I think your internal driver is your continual operating system behind what's going on. And I help people identify what that internal driver is. So that's part of awareness. And
right.
then we shift into B behaviors based off of that awareness and that choice.
Yeah.
You want to lean into any new behaviors that you're learning about yourself. And then C, really, ultimately, I'm about connections. We're doing all of this awareness, all of this behavior work so we can have connections with ourselves and meaningful connections with other people.
Wow. And come on, you got to tell us a quick story of some success using ABC.
Oh my goodness. Can I just tell you, I'm beaming because I just got back. I was in San Antonio this past week with 60 women engineers from a company. I don't know if I can say the company's name right now. I'll ask for forgiveness. TE Connectivity. And I love that they even had connectivity in their name, but these
Of
are
course, with the ABCs.
of course, ABCs. I was there. They also wanted to bring it out globally. So I had a co-facilitator, Michelle Jack. She went to Shanghai. So simultaneously, I'm in San Antonio
Oh,
teaching these women engineers. Michelle is over in Shanghai, and then we're going to Germany in April to bring it out globally. And it was based on the ABC framework. And so, even the biggest thing, and I'm still getting kind of emotional over here, one of the women from Shanghai said, I came in here thinking I had these internal barriers, and learning the ABCs, I no longer have these barriers.
wow.
That's pretty powerful, Gary. Like
Yeah,
when you
no
see the
kidding.
ripple and the change and so I'm a proud mama over here, just and these women, they were unbelievable and just remarkable.
Yeah, and women engineers on top of that. Like they aren't already saddled by being a minority. They have their own internal issues.
100%. And that was a lot of the conversation. Sometimes they were the only sitting at the table and just having that awareness now. You still have a choice to speak
Mm,
your voice and what ideas do you want to share and what brilliance do you want to share with the group. And I
yeah.
got to chuckle a little bit, Gary. Like I'm looking at their business cards or connecting with them on LinkedIn and the positions you would think of engineering positions, mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, product engineer, but there was even an AI software engineer. And so who would have even
Wow.
thought that was a job or a field of
Oh,
study?
5 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the amount of times I work with cloud architects, not engineers necessarily, but and like cloud wasn't a term we even had other than the sky about 20 years ago, right? It's all crazy.
Exactly.
It's all
And
crazy.
you're really, I mean, I know this is about this framework, but you're really exploring that space right now with AI and you have your own coaching bot
I
or
do. I do. He's on hold right now because the company I work with is doing some back end work, but they're
okay.
coming back and full force, and I'm really enjoying learning about it. So, yeah. Jen, in your article, because I want to reference the article, so
That's
everybody goes to reads choice. You talk about the power of choice in coaching.
mm,
Why is helping clients recognize they have a choice such a transformational moment?
mm. That's a great question, Gary. And it really gives the client personal agency coming in to work with a coach. My old mindset used to be, hey, I know what you need. I know what we're going to do. And I know exactly what tools and resources I'm going to give to you. Now, fast forward, the new model that I approach is the client. We're partnering with the client because the client is fully whole and the client knows really at the end of the day what's up there in their brain. And it's just asking those powerful coaching questions to show them that they do have a choice. And so I think stress comes from the power that we give away to not having a choice. And so when we reveal those options or we help explore those options with a client, it gives them agency. And also it helps the coach not have attachments to the outcome. Because again, I used to, doing a lot of unlearning, have a lot of attachments to what I wanted for the client. And that was way too much ownership on my part.
Yeah. Wow. No kidding. And speak a little bit more about the what have you seen as the transformation? Like what was the visceral, visual, I don't even know how to describe the impact.
It's almost tears, when they really realize that they have a choice and that they have either been limiting themselves because of their own beliefs or they have discovered what their internal driver is, such as to make an impact or be the best or do things perfectly. Once they discover that transformation and see that that internal driver can be both their superpower, but it can also be their kryptonite, then they go back and audit their day, their life, and they say, oh my goodness, I know why I've been showing up in a certain way. And from this moment forward, I'm going to choose to show up a little differently because now I have that agency and I can see the 30,000-foot view.
Yeah. Wow, no kidding. Yeah, such clarity, and I'm learning out a lot about the about choice from the other articles that have been written in the interviews. I want to quote something else that you said and ask you for a bit more connection on this one. Haha. Choice isn't merely about decision making; it's about the consciousness, courage, and connection behind it.
Yes, and that word, I love that you chose that quote to share. Courage is huge right now. I think we get it confused with confidence a lot. So people will
Right.
come in and say, "Oh, I don't have the confidence." And I'm like, hey, I do. I ask them a question. Is this really about confidence or is this, could this be courage? And nine times out of 10, it comes back to courage. I do have the confidence. I have a confidence to ride a bike or I have the confidence to go out and climb a
Right.
mountain. So they have confidence. It's just the courage to step into something that might be new. And so when we're making a decision, and Gary, I struggle with this. I just did, and I have a ABC ICF accredited school. And so
Oh, congratulations. Yes, you were telling
thank
me.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. And so I had to have the courage, I had the confidence. We rolled this out at Toyota, and Toyota was my group that we pioneered this with for the ICF accreditation. You need five
Wow.
people, and Toyota interviewed 17 different coaching schools and said, hey, Jim, we want to partner with you. So that was a really humbling moment. And
Wow.
so I had the confidence to do that. Now transform that. And I'm pretending I'm the client. Just recently, I've been struggling with now I'm going to do an open enrollment. What if no one comes? What if no one signs up? What if no one? And so all these decisions kind of went through my mind. And I finally stepped into courage. And we've got a waiting list now for the open enrollment. But if I wouldn't have had the
Incredible.
courage, and made the decision to go ahead and not just partner safe spaces with clients that I have, but
Right.
do this as an open enrollment. It's all, like you said, about choice and about me having that awareness. And we talk about this in the article. I use myself as a coaching client a lot, having that awareness, shifting my behaviors. I had to do it scared in order for C to lead to connections.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
hope I answered that.
Well, more yes, and haha.
Uh-huh.
And I want to remind our listeners that you've put some, and I love this. Thank you. Key takeaways for coaches, 4 points. Start with awareness, facilitate behavioral shifts, foster connection, and model empowered choice. Because there's always the power of choice. Um, I've said that for years. It's so crazy that I finally did an issue on choice. But anyway, anything else you'd like to add in that for coaches to learn more about ABC, or like how much of it can they use without stepping on your toes?
I mean, yeah, no, it's a model, it's a framework, and so go ahead and use ABC. It's good for even. if you map the ICF competencies, they all map up into A, B, or C. And
Right.
so even using the ABC framework when you're engaging with a client, really, that coaching agreement is gaining awareness over the focus and the outcome for the coaching session. And
Yeah.
that is a choice. And then the B, the behaviors, is evoking awareness to what behaviors may not be working for you and giving them a choice all throughout. Like one of the most powerful coaching questions, I think, for coaches with your clients, and it's so simple: where do you want to go from here? Your client has just laid out a bunch of ideas and information, but to throw it over, not to make any assumptions, and just say, okay, what do we want to do with all of this?
Yeah.
And that's that awareness. And then that gives the coach a way in which to show up, because even though there are ABCs for your client, there are ABCs for the coaches too. And we haven't even talked about that. And that's not in the article per se, but I do teach and educate on this a lot. And even in my coaching school is, hey, as a coach, we need to have awareness over what we bring to the table. And we need to have awareness over our behaviors, our listening behaviors, how we ask powerful coaching questions. And as coaches, we need to be connected to ourselves.
That's brilliant. You had me at you overlaid it with the ICF core competencies and then you
There's,
just added the buttercream frosting on it for me.
I am so
Right.
happy
Right.
that
Now that is brilliant. In a way, setting the coach up for success in life and in training and in marketing and everything. Yeah. Because you're, like you
100%.
said, you're an example. Use it on yourself, and that's what gave you the courage to go ahead.
I did. I'm coming off camera for a second, Garrett, but you might appreciate this being an educator. I
Ah, there we
have
go.
it's a
There we go.
whole it's a
So
whole blueprint of the ABCs for the coach and the ABCs for the client, and then the foundation is the core competencies at the bottom.
that's brilliant. So for those that are in listen only mode, Jen just held up a beautiful a model. What would you call it?
A blueprint.
A blueprint. It was blue and it was print on it. And on one side, on the left side was coach, and on the right side was the client. I love it. Well done, Ms. Educator.
Well, thank you. Education is my passion, and trying to break things down to simplify things. Again,
Right.
we're a global organization, and English isn't everyone's first language. And so a lot of these concepts are translatable and transferable to different regions and cultures as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, my first language wasn't English.
The
Born
French,
in born in Canada, and my first language was German
German,
because my
German.
parents didn't speak English. So the only language around the house was German until I went to school.
I don't think I
Yeah.
knew that about you, Gary.
Yeah, see, you gotta stick around. And you
See?
did. You went away and you came back. You're forgiven.
I'm forgiven. Exactly. Thank you. It's fun to be back. In fact, I
Yeah.
met one of the, and she's involved with Choice Magazine. I went to the ICF Engage conference in San Diego, and I think
Mhm.
her name is Cheryl. Is it Cheryl Proctor?
Cheryl Proctor Rogers. Yeah.
Yes. So we were
Yeah.
talking about you.
She is my co-lead for the upcoming chaos issue.
Oh, awesome. I
Yeah.
love Cheryl and her energy, and she had mentioned doing some work with Choice. I'm like, oh my goodness,
Oh, hold on.
Choice.
No, Laura Berman Forkang, who was also there, is the chaos, and Cheryl is the presence issue.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, stick
Nice.
around. Stick around. You might be called on to be a co-lead on something.
I would love to be a co-lead with you. I love giving back. That's part of where I am now in my season in life is just that give back. And you had asked, hey, can coaches use this and take a liberty to
Yeah.
use it? And teachers beg, borrow, and steal. And so being a former
Yeah.
educator, I learned from the best as well and use and integrate into
Right.
practices. So if it fits for a listener, go ahead and use it. If it doesn't fit, it's like clothes. You take it off and you discard.
Exactly. And there's 9 billion people on the planet, and wouldn't it be great if they all had the ABCs?
That would be so cool. That would be so
Ripple
cool.
effect. Jen, what would you like our audience to do as a result of the article and the conversation? Obviously, use the model. What else?
Use the model, yes, and always thinking about it for themselves as well. Like coaching mindset's huge. even I love what we did before we even started. I'm going to pull the curtain back for the audience. We both put our feet on the ground. We
Yeah.
inhaled deeply. And so remember, this could be a framework for you as well. I mean, I'm also going to be shameless here and say if anyone wants to learn more about the framework, we do offer our open enrollment. So if you go to our parent company is Chloupek Consultant Services. So that is our website. And there's a tab that says ICF ABC accreditation. So we have upcoming open enrollments. We're currently holding them in the Phoenix, Arizona region, and so it's fun in Phoenix, Arizona. So if anyone wants to come, if you're listening and you have never, if you thought about getting your level one, we are just a level one accredited school at this point, hoping to be level two
Hey,
accredited.
Jen, there's nothing just about it.
Just
It's
thanks,
a
Gary.
heavy lift, I've been told.
It is a heavy lift. It's a lot. It's a year and a half, 2 years in the process, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it. I kicked and screamed a little bit, but you just mentioned something, Gary, and you asked like, what do I want the listeners to do as a result of that? I want us all just to celebrate. I don't think we celebrate enough
Mhm.
as human beings. We're just off to the next thing. And I'm just reminding myself right now, just coming off of these last couple of weeks, doing some global things just to celebrate. And I want
Right.
to celebrate, I want to celebrate choice. I just think that was amazing that that's the name of your coaching magazine. I never really asked you what was the impetus of choice, but I do know now being an ICF accredited coach, choice is the biggest gift we can give to a client. And so thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was 24 years in the making to get this issue because it never dawned on me. And yes, I was newly out of newly minted coach and I was looking for a magazine and couldn't find one. And my husband turned to me and said, "Well, you're an entrepreneur, start one." So I did. Much to the chagrin of every publisher out there who's listening, we did it our way. And here we are, 24 years later, still serving as the only print and digital, unbiased, globally distributed publication.
Wow.
That's a
Wow.
mouthful, but it's one mouthful I'm proud of.
And I love what you do and just the groups that you work with as well.
Thank you.
And yes, so
And the brilliant authors like you.
well, thank you. Thank you. It's great. I'm definitely going to look and see. I don't know if it's too late. Like let's tell our listeners, listen to me. Let's tell our listeners, is it too late to rate for chaos or what is the next
Yeah,
call for
too late
action?
for chaos. The best thing to do is just go to the website, at the bottom of the editorial calendar, choice-online.com, and it'll tell you. And if you have any doubts, just contact me. And I'm not that AI literate. I do answer my own emails, and I'm more than happy to meet with authors for coffee to just brainstorm, like what's in your mind. And I always love to say, take in your head and write it from your heart,
Mm,
and then add in some practical aspects, and we're all good.
mm.
And you'll
That
end
is
up like
brilliant.
Jen in the hot seat, and it's not a hot seat.
No, and Gary's so easy to work with, and Choice has been awesome to work with over the years as well. You do make it easy for us. I
Yeah.
remember it being pretty daunting, and I thought it was. Again, that was
Yeah.
the story I was writing in my head, which was not the true story. So it's been awesome working with your team. Also, I have a couple of books based on the ABC framework as well. So there's the ABC playbook for leadership success. I wanted to make coaching accessible for all. Coaching can be very pricey and expensive. And so I
Yeah.
wanted to level and democratize like coaching to say, hey, even if you're a new leader and you don't have the money to pay for coaching, this book would help you with
Right.
awareness. And I have it broken into awareness, some basic leadership behaviors, and then C connections. And
Hmm.
then the other book would be really the ABC playbook for how to ID your internal driver and why that matters. And so,
Yeah.
just like you, I did things my own way, not the big publishers, but worked with a smaller publisher to publish those books.
Yeah.
And one is very similar to Simon Sinek's book, but I will say that I published my book prior to, but I didn't have Simon and Schuster as my publisher
Yeah,
either.
right.
And
Simon had
so,
Simon.
yeah, Simon had Simon, which was good.
No, that's great. And they can find that on your website as well?
Yes, they could find that on the website as well. They
Uh,
could, or it's on Amazon. And so
I'm
if you put
sure.
in Jenn Chloupek and ABC, something's going to come up.
Okay. What's
Yes.
the best way to reach you, Jen?
Probably email, and I don't mind giving that out. I do. Like
Yeah.
you said, I respond to everyone's email. I give away tools and resources for free, my internal drivers to prove my worth. And so I prove my worth by showing up and giving out resources. So that's Jenn, Jenn dot, and my last name, Chloupek, Chloupek, at, and it's a mouthful, Chloupek, the same last name, consultingservices.com. But if you Google that as well, you get to my
You'll get to.
website, and then the email is there as well. So that's the best way. Or to connect with me on LinkedIn. I really have been using LinkedIn and leveraging that a bit as well. So I'd love for to connect with the audience. If you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, it's another place.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. Very
Thank you.
generous, very giving, just like you said. Let's let the world know.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for this Beyond the Page episode, Jenn.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm looking forward to being on future podcasts.
You're welcome. That's it for this episode of Beyond the Page. For more episodes, subscribe via your favorite podcast app, most likely the one that got you here. If you're not a subscriber to Choice Magazine and you're watching this video, you can sign up for your free digital issue by scanning the QR code in the top right-hand corner of my screen. If you're in listen-only mode and you're done driving or you're off the treadmill, go to choice-online.com and click the Sign Up Now button. I'm Gary Schleifer. Enjoy the journey of mastery.